Well, the snow has melted, which we know means the kids will be out and about all weekend long with these milder temperatures. But what does that mean for commuters? Do you have to pay extra attention out there on the roads? Giving us some great advice this morning, we have Kwong, who's the Executive Director of Ottawa Safety Council, to help us out. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Important time to be refreshed of rules of the roads and what we should do, because I know on the weekend, it's all of a sudden there was kids everywhere on the street, you know, playing, having fun, and not always paying attention.
Exactly. So right now everyone's excited to get back outside. We saw it this weekend, as you mentioned. So right now it's a refresher on staying alert and slowing down, especially in school zones and residential areas as more kids are coming out. Kids aren't always going to be aware of all the road safety responsibilities. So it's up for us as like adults and motorists to just be extra cautious. So as you see, kids are out playing, cyclists are out. So some tips that we want to remind people of is cyclists, you want to be aware of your blind spots. You want to be checking when you're turning right, when you're opening your door. One technique we teach is the Dutch reach, where basically use your farthest hand from the door to open your door. It forces you to look over your shoulder, so you're extra mindful when you're opening the door. We want to keep cyclists safe. And also right now, motorcycle riders are also out too. And so we want people to be aware of like tailgating and giving enough space for a cyclist and a motorcycle rider to be safe. And that means a meter away from a bike, and for a motorcycle, at least 3 seconds distance. And for parents out there, we do have some tips for them too.
That's right, because kids are out on their bikes, kids are out on their scooters. I know we got the scooters out this weekend too. So things that we need to keep in mind as motorists.
Absolutely. So we always want to encourage parents to encourage helmets for their kids. But we also have some safety tips for parents that they can go through activities. It's like a game, and they can learn some road safety techniques as a cyclist, as a pedestrian, things to keep in mind, mindful of, just a refresher.
Teach your kids, absolutely, because it can be hard. They get so excited and they just cross the street and they don't look both ways. Let's talk about kids, because they're also playing road hockey, they're playing basketball games. We had a full basketball court pretty much set up on our street this weekend. What should we keep in mind with that?
So keep in mind there are some bylaws that do provide some restrictions on what people can do on the roads as long as they're safe. Ball hockey is actually one of the exceptions. And so just being mindful of when you're playing, you know, having people be aware of the traffic flow, as long as you're not obstructing the roads, that you're pulling your nets and things off the roads to not cause obstructions. But, you know, keep someone that's like 14 years and older, responsible youth, to keep a mind on what's going on, especially if youth are under 10, just because it keeps everyone safe with that supervision. And just be mindful of traffic. But there are some outdoor rinks that the city has all over, and so that could be also an alternative, so you don't always have to interrupt your game. But just being aware that there are some bylaws restricting what you can do on the roads. Ball hockey is allowed, but just some things to keep in mind to keep everyone safe.
Some great advice. Let's talk about things parents can do to keep their kids safe when they are out playing on the street.
Absolutely. We want to encourage parents now to start walking their kids to school again, right? And so you're going to see our crossing guards all across the city. So that's one measure that we have in place. But just there are some road safety tips, like crossing at crosswalks, looking both ways, making eye contact, making yourself big. And so these are all tips that we have in our gamified free learning materials on our website.
Amazing. And there's also signage you could put out on the street as well. I know we pulled out the kids are playing on this section.
You can get them for free. So you can order them from Safer Roads Ottawa, SRO at ottawa.ca, and you can also get them from your local city council. I believe they have them either in their office now or will be getting them in May. So we do encourage residents to put those on their lawns, and everyone, when you're driving in residential areas and school zones, slow it down, remove your distractions, remove your cell phones from a near vicinity so you're not distracted and tempted. But basically right now it's everyone keeping their heads on a swivel so that we can all have a safe, fun time outside.
Absolutely. So you recommend to put these signages on the lawn or on the road?
Maybe not the stop sign.
Not the stop sign, but when the ones where we have the kids can play.
Slow down for us.
They're little turtles, free. I think.
Exactly. There's some of those all around. So ask your local city councilor, and then talk with like other parents in your schools to encourage everyone. It's a community effort to keep everyone safe. So as long as everyone's playing a role, and if you're seeing unsafe situations, either dangerous things on the road, call 311. If there's more serious traffic issues, we encourage online reporting with the OPS, Ottawa Police Services, because that's how they keep track and how they divert their resources. If they notice that there's unsafe areas, they will put some attention there. So unless the city or the Ottawa Police Services know what's going on, they won't know how to target their resources. So I do encourage people to report, but that everyone can do small things every day to keep yourself safe and your community safe.
Amazing. Thank you so much for joining us today to keeping everybody safe, because